click go live there. All right, hey guys, today, thanks for joining me. I'm going to take you behind the scenes as I am working on a book using that I'm really working hard to get this done by this week, and I just started it. So I'm going to tell you how I did it, and then I'm also just going to show you how I'm doing it. So check this out, right? So I think I have my things up. So I'm taking you. So this is kind of just having coffee with Ed as we rock this out. Leave a comment if you have questions about anything you want to talk about, marketing wise or work wise or life wise, mental toughness wise. This is a little experiment to see if you guys like this at all. So this is my manuscript. So what I'm working on here is a book that's based on creating a super high ticket offer for entrepreneurs, experts, authors, high ticket coaches, how to turn your 1K offer, 5K offer, 10K offer into like a $35,000, $50,000, $100,000 offer, and how do you sell that? Now, I could go more into, let me see if I can actually make the screen bigger to see if you guys can see the writing side of it. But what I've been using, I want to show you this. I've taken I bought a course called the 1 Hour Book by a buddy of mine. Why is Sean's last name escaping me real quick? I got to bring it up here in a second. It's 1hourbook.com. It's awesome. But here's what I want to show you. So I've been recording a lot of videos for our YouTube channel, and this is what the transcripts look like, right? So I'll take my YouTube video. Let me see if I can, oh, I see how I can do it. I can move this up, guys. Does that help? Can't really read it, but you can see at least the idea. I'll take my YouTube video and then I'll throw it up into Descript. Let me show you Descript real quick. Descript. Well, let me just do this. Descript will transcribe the whole thing, and then I just download it. And then I use Descript to edit some of my videos for like YouTube. Super quick. Gets rid of the ahs and ums. Listen to me say and allows you to just shorten the time gaps, which allows me, like when I'm recording, I don't stress out now over if I lose my train of thought or any of those things. I'll just let the silence exist. And then when I go into Descript, I just say, hey, remove any 2-second or 1.5 second and above gaps. It's pretty amazing, and it takes it out. So I want to show you this one quick thing now. So like this is, yesterday I created a video called how to take your 1K, 5K, that's 5,500. You see how these are my transcripts. So you can see how that's kind of edited a little weird. 5,000 or $10,000 offer. And then when you're selling it. Now, the first video, so let me just show you where I'm currently at. So it's 10 pages in. I only want this book to be about 36 pages, 40 pages long. It's a 1 hour book. That's goal is to go up on Kindle, on Amazon. I could use it as a lead magnet, charge $9 for it, $7 for it, $19 for it. But the goal of this specific book is to attract people that are already in the high ticket game. Like they're selling, say, low ticket, and they don't know how to bridge that gap of charging more. The other goal of it is that one thing I've found to be true is that if you craft a higher ticket offer first, like say, hey, Ed, I want to grow this business. I want to do seminars. I want to be an expert. I want to get paid consulting. One of the things that has just been proven and it works is you say, okay, if I was going to top grade all my clients, and who's the one person I love working with that is happy to pay the most amount of money, that is easiest to help, maybe not easy, but it fits within your unique gifts and your unique ability. And if you're able to do that, then how do I go find those people and get more of those people? And then how do I structure my pricing And how do I sell it? And how, like, so those are a lot of good questions, right? But even if you don't sell it, your brain now has to run through the process of this is where I want to be, whether it's 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, or 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. Or for a lot of people, they have those ideal clients around them. They've never asked the question of like, what would it take to create a offer that solved a big enough problem for somebody who has a big enough, or solves a big enough problem for somebody who has the means to afford to pay it and really wants to get rid of it and are super happy that you solved it. Anyhow, so that's what the book's about. So let me just go through, because the title of this was how to like use your right with AI. So, and the reason I'm sharing a little bit of behind the scenes here is because I was struggling with some of the prompts and stuff like that, because it was kind of annoying, right? And so here's part 2. So this is from a transcript. So currently where I'm at is let's see how, this is the current edited version of Chat-GPT. You'll see there's some differences in how it's done. It's partly because of my prompting. So I'm like 12 pages in, and it's been a learning experience, right? So here's part 2. I'm just gonna go down to about, okay, all right there. I'm gonna copy it. I'm just gonna make a note here so I know where. I'm gonna go to bring up Chat-GPT, and let's go to chat. What are you doing, man? You're not, it's the wrong Chat-GPT. So here's Chat-GPT. Can you guys see that? Let me bring it. I'm gonna make it bigger so you can see better. Okay, let me see if I can view it. Tired, stuck on there. Bye-bye. That's not really what I want. I just want to zoom in for you guys so you can see better. Okay, so see how that's formatted like that? So I'm going to put the unformatted content in, and then I'm going to go back up here and grab my prompt. Now, hey, if you're a prompting nerd out there, and you have a better prompt than I'm using, please, please, please send it to me. Sean's got some really good ones, and I'm somehow failing to be as good at what he does at it. So I just see how I just put all the content in. Now this is literally, guys, this is literally from, so I'm going to put this prompt in, but these transcripts are from, if you want to see it, let's go to YouTube. And let's go to Ed O'Keefe. Oh, that's me right there. Yeah, way to go, dude. I just launched a new YouTube channel. That's my older one. This is my new one, and I'm testing something. But the transcripts of this is right here. I just launched this yesterday. And so this is an old YouTube channel that I'm actually reigniting because, yeah, different discussion. Okay, so I'm coming back to here. Now I'm saying this is how I'm talking to the GPT, right? Chat-GPT. All I'm saying is I need you to format this text into a clean chapter for a book while it's probably what the issue is, keeping the content the same. Do not change the text. I repeat, do not paraphrase or change the content. I just need formatting. Simply give me a good chapter headline, then keep the paragraphs at 3 sentences max. But keep my existing content. Now, the reason I've said that multiple times is because I was having, the Chat-GPT kept changing my content. But keep my existing content. If you need to edit any words or you feel any words are improperly used, you can highlight them. And then I just posted the content. You see how this is all here? So let's just see what it does here. And so I see we had a few people join. Just to let you know what you're doing is I'm just writing a book from my transcripts. And I'm using Chat-GPT to help format it for me. So, you know, the goal of when you write books, right? Just a kind of side note is if you're going to write books, you got to know why you see. I don't like 3 sentences. These chapters or these paragraphs are a little big for my liking, but it's okay. I like reading things like I like people to be able to read quickly, right? But this is formatting pretty quickly, and so it's formatting it for me. Now you could literally I could show you different prompts that you could literally have you can have Chat-GPT. So I'm just going to copy this, right? Let's copy it. These are from my transcripts. These are my words. Chat's not writing my book. I'm going to move that. Let's see here. Boom. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get rid of that actually right now. Boom. Here we go. And we're just going to come down here. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. Okay. I will have myself, or I'm probably going to hire an editor on Fiverr just to bang through. And I'm going to change the chapter titles when I'm done. I'm going to leave that till the next version of editing. Right now, I'm just trying to get this thing cleaned up a bit. I'm a big fan. I personally I like to have things that's the chat, the kind of paragraph sizes I personally like. Because that's how I like reading it, you know. Let me see if I can give you guys a little more. There you go. I like them a little more broken up. Okay. See how it says that will increase your profits. Okay. Think about that. I might even do that in a book because that's how I like to read. So I want my book to read that way. One of the frustrations I had when I wrote this book, Time Collapsing, was I felt like the editor edited too hard. And with the books nowadays, I don't want to, I'd rather have a book that keeps my tone, my personality, and we let the reader know, look, this is going to be a book that's written in my voice. And so if you don't love that, I'm probably not the author for you. You know, go get somebody who went and got an English degree and blah, 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 because it's not my style. That's not how I roll. So anyhow, it's good enough, right? So I'm going to keep rolling here. I did things a little backwards from what Sean recommends. So Sean recommends that you have the chapters laid out, then you record your audio. I didn't do that. I have audio from my recordings that, let's see here, I'm going to make another break, that now I'm doing it this way. So that's fine with me though, because I'm fine with it. Done is better than perfect. On my next recording, on my next book, because I do have another one, I plan on writing 3 or 4 that I'm going to launch out. And the reason I'm doing that, there's multiple reasons, right? But the reason I'm doing that is because we're in a world right now that you can have, if you're solving one problem at a time, you can reach audiences very, very quickly on Kindle, which is Amazon, and even now TikTok Shop, and some of these other platforms are now blowing up with putting shop inside their social channels. So why, look at Dave Ramsey. He's got 18 books, 20 something books. Look at Dan Sullivan. They got tons of books. And my personality leans towards, I don't want to spend 2 years promoting one book. It's not how I operate. My brain doesn't work that way. And so I had a vision 10 years ago where I wanted to start coming out with a different micro book every, 6 months, with what I was working on, or something that I'm good at, or something I'm studying, or something I'm in love with, and then create that unique perspective while you're excited about it. And, or if you think you can create value for people, don't wait to create you're never ready. You're never ready for it. So, so we're made a full decision recently to just that's me talking to myself, all 4 my different personalities in my brain, I guess, so bring him the best deals. Now he's had to earn that route. And then every year he's acquire a relationship. So he's getting $5,000 a month. I'm just giving an example. That's $60 a year. I was a buddy of mine who's doing consulting, $5K a month, and that's $60,000 a year. That's why when people say, like, Ed, you know, I could never sell anything that's 50K. Well, here's the thing. It's really a belief system, because if you're creating value inside, like, especially if you're in business consulting or something that there's a pure, easy way to measure value to money. Like, so I'm paying you $5,000, but you're helping me run my $5 million a year company or 10 million in a scale, by being a third-party advisor. I mean, for most people are really looking for affirmation, certainty, clarity, and so they're happy to pay for it. And so that's why consulting is a great opportunity for a lot of people. And even with AI, I'm just letting you know right now, even with AI, it doesn't really matter, right? Even if the Chat-GPTs are going to be super duper smart, the facts on the ground are people still want human interaction and human validation and human permission. And so consulting and coaching and all that stuff will never leave, right? Never be gone. At least that's my 2 cents on it. And I think there are gonna be great businesses moving forward. So yeah, let me know what else you guys want to talk about. We can go over a lot of things here. So I'm gonna scroll down here. We're rolling pretty quickly. Okay, so this is really good, right? So this is I'm gonna start. I started talking about a sideways referral system, and then I'm going to talk about the Chet Holmes Dream Like 300. So this is going to be a separate chapter, because if you're going to go into a market and charge a lot, one of the best ways to do it is you have to get feedback. You got to get feedback from the people that are closest to you in your ecosystem. I'm not talking about going to your brother, sister, cousin and asking for their advice. That's not what I mean. What I'm talking about is that if you solve a problem for people, if you really solve a problem for people, and you are questioning, like, is this going to work or not? The reality is you got to craft the offer, and you got to start making offers. And it's okay if people don't take you up on the offer. And so one of the ways we get feedback is we look at who's our dream client. We look at the people that we really want to work with. And guess what you do? You send them the offer. You say, hey, I'm launching this new thing, or I was looking for some feedback. Would you know anyone who would need, or who has this problem that would need these solutions or want this service? Hey, Addie, can you talk to Ireland real quick? She's just call her back. Tell my little one to give me a call back. Here, you can take it in the other room, please. And then you get feedback on it. Like, if the best thing that could ever happen is, well, there's 2 things that could happen. One, sometimes the best thing that ever happen is somebody does not hire you and they give you feedback, right? Like, oh yeah, I mean, hey, would you be able to do X, Y, Z instead of that? You know? But what I've found is that if you over time in business start building relationships, and just trying to see where I left off there. Okay, so this right now, ecosystem. Make sure I'm in the right spot. Yep, so this is, yeah, boom, there it goes. So I'm kind of just doing this. I'm not following Sean's model perfectly to give him to give him a lot of, to make sure that you understand his system is cleaner than what I'm doing right now. What's up? Not a problem, buddy. Thanks. It's my assistant there, my main wingman, Eddie O'Keefe. But then, so like, okay, so now we're going to, so Sean's system's a little bit tighter. So I'm just going to do 20 of these a day, or I'm going to build a list of 1,000 VIPs. So right here is where I teach you about like, make a list of your 1,000 VIPs. All right. So like make a list of 100 to 300 VIPs, right? That's probably more probable for most people. These are the most likely people to buy from you, by the way. Like you create the list and you say, okay, what's my dream client? And then I start listing out people that might be in my ecosystem that would be that thing. And I'm just gonna go a couple more pages. I could spend 18 hours. Yeah, top client you ask me. Okay, I talk about, this is where I switch into the interview method, which I'm gonna pause here. Go to Chat-GPT. I just put it in. I'm just go back up, get the same prompt, right? So again, like let's talk about a couple different things, right? So what's the purpose of the book, right? The purpose of the book is to be able to be a lead magnet that creates value, that grabs your best potential clients, right? And so instead of writing a book about like how to Forex your business as a coach, this is very specifically about how to take your $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 offer and turn it into a $50,000 offer, and how to price it, package it, and whatever. And then there's two things that are going to happen. Like on my end, my intention is two things. One is I want to attract people that are most likely to want to have a $50,000 offer, right? And the key thing on that is if you write a book that is very broad about how to become an expert and get paid as an expert, you're now talking to a different market than you are if you're like, hey, dude, how to take your $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 offer presupposes they have the offer. It's a smaller audience, right? Like Oprah's not calling you up. These guys aren't calling you up to interview. But guess what? You're attracting, for me, my goal is to have really, really elite buyers for that specific thing who want to come to an expensive event. Expensive is the wrong word. An event that is not that is a good investment for the right person, which might be 5,000, 7,500, eventually 10K, 15K. And then would be a great candidate if they're running events, virtual events, where they would want to hire me as a wingman to actually help them sell more of their masterminds. Okay. So this is one of my lead magnets. Now, is it going to work? Reality is, I don't know. I mean, I could tell you it's going to work, and I could tell you it's going to work, but I'd also never met a real pro marketer that was 100% certain that something was going to work. They could be 95% certain, 90% certain, but years ago, the first time I hired a consultant and he told me, I don't know, like 5 times during the call, you have to test it. I was like, oh, wow, this is like a really, I'm just making a note there, Dream 100. This is one of the smartest guys ever that I just paid a lot of money to, and he's telling me, I don't know, you just got to go test it, right? Isn't that funny? So that was actually a big lesson for me though. Like you could spend, if you have an idea, you could just go spend it. Like, so what am I trading right now? Trading some time and effort, in order to run an experiment where I could throw this on Kindle. I could do some TikTok videos. I could post on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook. I could spend $100 a day for 5 days driving traffic to the book. And if nobody buys it, I have the answer that nobody wants it, right? This is what I can do. I could then take the cover of the book, put a different title on it, and I could do the same thing, right? And it just pick a different angle on it. So this is our way of experimenting in order to see if the market bears. Now, here's the thing I could tell you is I've had private clients hire me in the past and spend a lot of money, and I tell the stories in the book, to learn for me to help them take their lower ticket offer and create a $15,000, $35,000, $65,000 ascension. So a much bigger, higher ticket. One guy actually came to my house and he spent a lot of money, but we created a $100,000 coaching club that he never launched. But he had it in his mind. He wanted to do it, and he just wasn't sure. So he needed the clarity. So he paid for the clarity, right? Now we moved him up from. There's my wife calling. Eddie, can you come talk to mom real quick? Hey, babe, I'm live streaming right now. Hold on, I'm gonna give you Eddie. Okay. Oh no, that was for Ireland, hon. All right, we're going to Chat-GPT. Let's get this done. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at, guys? Where are we at? Okay, stay focused. Stay focused. This is interesting. So why do you do one-on-ones? So if you build out your business, then I talk about chat. I start talking right here about not needing anyone's permission. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Is an important point where I start talking about, like, this is advice I gave my daughter, which was you need to be selling on TikTok and really get good at making value propositions in your what do you call it? Like, learn how to use video to promote products, because that's where the market's going. And the other thing I'm telling my kids is you got to start learning Chat-GPT, or you got to start learning AI, because like right now, as fast as I might be getting some of this stuff done, a real like AI nerd, and I say that respectfully, sort of. Some of you guys are nerds though, but I'm kidding. A real AI nerd might like have this done in 30 minutes where I'm spending a couple hours on it. You see what I mean? So, but see, like streamlining success through strategic communication, that's a horrible title for what I'm trying to do, but I don't care about that, because I could always take down the full manuscript when it's done, and I could say, hey, I want you to rewrite some of my headlines. Give me headlines. I already have a ton of other things that I've already saved, and guess what? It's going to do it. It's going to help me out, and it's going to make it better. But instead of me like I like talking, as you can tell, and this just works so fast. Let me see. I can see there. Sorry guys, if it's not trying to get the view higher without. Okay, and I'll bring it in a little bit. Yeah, like so. I know you can't see it, but you get the idea of what's happening, right? So, and then the chat will say, "Hey, continue generating." I'm like, "Yeah, man." Now, so I like that. So if that makes sense, yeah. See if that makes sense. I talk that way, by the way, when I speak. I don't want an editor taking that out, because I want the reader going through it and being like, "Oh yeah, it makes sense. This is great. This is how I The best books I've always liked, enjoyed, like reading are the ones that are very, whatever, conversational. Okay. So I'm almost done with this now. What I'm going to do next is I'll show you, like, Sean teaches to go to like Fiverr to have like somebody format this for Kindle and stuff like that. There's probably an AI, but actually I could probably ask AI. Let me do something real quick in a second. I'm going to copy this and then I'll bring it over, okay, to this. This is my post. So we're at like 22 pages now, which, what was my goal? My goal is to get to like 38, 36. I have a few things I'm going to add. I have another manuscript that tells a little bit of my backstory that I did not necessarily add in this one. And, so you can move pretty quick. So here's that, right? And then so I'm just gonna go like that, boom. People like short books. I want somebody to be like, hey dude, you're gonna read this in 1 hour on one flight, and you're gonna get $1 million idea, or it's gonna give you permission to do something that's going to really inspire you, and they're gonna actually consume it, because most people don't consume their books, and stuff. So that's really important to me. That's how I like to do it. And as I get a little bit older, I'm kind of done listening to other people's opinions. I mean, I listen to other people's opinions that I respect, but I'm trying to get stuff done fast in life. And with our ability to connect via social, with our ability to not rank, but to get our videos watched, and these platforms are giving us the permission to do it, and you don't need anyone's permission, and AI is giving you the tools to do it. So you don't need to be great. You don't need to be perfect. You just gotta do it, man. Get out of the matrix of false beliefs that tell us that we can't do things, and get into the system of beliefs that say, hey, look, you don't need anyone's permission to go write a book, bro. You don't need anyone's permission to start your YouTube channel. You don't need anyone's permission to launch on TikTok and start being an affiliate and start reaching out to companies and getting stuff. My daughter's doing it right now. Why can't you do it, right? That's how I look at it. I mean, sometimes we go through phases too, and I mean, I'm guilty of it. Like in my book, Time Collapsing, I talk about how, what did I call it? The Trap. Like, it's just such an interesting chapter, because it really explains like the jail cells that we get stuck into. Can you see that? Yeah. Like the jail cells of like the societal obligation trap. I remember like when I went through nursing school, and I was trying to tell my nursing instructor that I was like, I don't really think nursing's for me. I was telling her that, and that didn't go over great. But she was like, well, you have an obligation to the nursing community to go be a nurse. And I was like, no, I don't. And so we can make up a lot of false beliefs around what we're obligated to do. We have responsibilities to our family. We have responsibilities. We have a lot of responsibilities. I'm not gonna lecture you on that. But so now I'm just taking the final chapter right here. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. Now, what I'll do next, just so we're on the same page, is what I'll do next is I will personally go through this, read it, super speed read, and do the most basic level editing humanly possible, and then start adding the chapters. And then I'll ask myself, what is missing? What is one thing that's missing here? One thing I know is missing is I did a training on the 10 questions, 15 questions you have to answer before you go sell something. And that's not it wasn't in those 2 videos, right? So that's another video I'll throw in there. And then I got to look at how I'm introing like the backstory of why I went into the info business, coaching business, because I have a video on that as well. That's pretty good on giving my backstory. And I think it has the right context. And then I'm just going to add like the intro, and then I'm going to add the outro. Now, there's some other editing things that I'll throw in here. And if you guys like this, please leave a comment. Like, do you like seeing behind the scenes of what I'm doing? Like when I do it, like we're launching a new YouTube channel. So I'm testing things right now on views and ranking. That's number one. We're launching a new seminar in June, which is the 50K Offer Mastery Intensive. And I have my wingman services that we're now offering for guys who are and gals running events to help them with that. So I have a couple of videos I'll be posting, possibly today even, just going live on a couple channels to show behind the scenes, to test out this kind of format and context. And you know, my phone was dead when I started, but this is really something that I should have had on like TikTok the whole time. So we're going to change that. I'll do that. I'm going to make sure my little 10 and 11-year-old or my 11-year-olds are good. My wife's out of town for the weekend. So I'm kind of in charge, which means it's a little more chaotic around the house, but it's so smooth, you know, it's so good. No one, there's no rules. We had through the party last night, and now I'm totally joking. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah. So this book's gonna be up on Amazon. But look at my listing. Look at how bad this is. It's so bad. This is my listing. That's kind of cool. I'm like, customers also bought items from all these people, and it's a good crowd to be a part of. Appreciate that. This is a book I wrote many years ago, and 31 reviews. I mean, that's come on, Ed. So if you guys want to buy this book and just give a review, I'll tell you, you're awesome. But look at that, 266 pages. Check this out. I spent probably a year and a half on that. I mean, dude, this book that I'm writing right now, we're gonna be done in about like 1 more hours of just work. Throw it over to an editor, help me out, and let's rock it out. You know, like this is Walker Debo. Walker's a good guy. Dan Sullivan, Roland and I've done a lot of stuff together. Look at this. I mean, if you actually look at Ben Hardy is really a sharp cat. But he's popping out a book look at Tony Robbins. Like, so if you think about it, if you have an idea, like for all my kids, right, who have ideas, there's absolutely nothing, and your children, there's absolutely zero. There's nothing that is holding them back from doing everything I just showed you. Okay. I'm gonna stop this real quick. I gotta pull something up. I just don't want to share private information first. There's nothing holding you back from doing this. I mean, it's really, I'm pulling something up on the other screen, guys. Give me 1 second and I'll see if we can do that. If I could show you, but it's like really, it's really a function of, do I have an idea that I'm excited about? And if I do, can I launch it? And there's nothing holding you back, like literally at all. And so, you know, I just want to be a big encourager. So I just want to show you this. So this is inside, I'm going to make the screen bigger so you can see it. This is inside my Descript, which is an AI platform where I uploaded this video, and it's so awesome. Stop. So if you look at this, this is the transcript. Now, what's so awesome about this is I could use this thing right here to edit, like remove filler words. Watch, remove filler words. And so like before it was like hundreds of words and I removed them, but like ahs and ums, look at this, like all this stuff they'll get rid of. And I just say remove all, gets rid of all of it, like boom, like that. And then you can edit it. So like, see how this is today? I can just get rid of it. Watch this. It now chops the video. It's pretty magical, pretty powerful. And then the other thing that's really cool about that is then you can go into shorten word gaps. So if you ever lose train of thought, gaps more than 3 seconds, shorten to 1 second. I could change that to 2 seconds. Okay. And so when I record in the studio here, one of the challenges I was always worried about was like, okay, the transition from me talking the video to me using our board, right? And then bringing the board up. There's always like a 3 to 5 second gap, or maybe even longer, depending on how fast the wireless is moving or whatever. And, or just even the board, right? And so what happens on that is, I end up like stressing out. And then also you could lose viewers if you're doing a YouTube video and you're trying to keep them engaged. Like that can happen. So these are all really cool things that are possible. So, okay, I think that's it for now. I might be back on in a couple hours. I wanted to show you guys how I actually review, like one of the things we do, like how one of our my high ticket offers is actually reviewing people's outlines of their sales offers and their sales structures for 50K offers, 35K offers, and then how to sell it. And what I want to share with you is that if the environment, the context is set up properly, which is what I'm talking about in this book, it's actually easier because they're better buyers. They're people that really have problems and they have money and they want to solve the problem. So much harder. It's so much harder to sell somebody $1,000 offer if they don't have money, because now they're banking on that $1,000 to solve all their problems. And I have a lot of empathy for that because I've been there, and that's where I was when I was totally broke. I used to use, like audio tapes as my like $29 a month Joe Polish's Club as my way of learning things. Nowadays, there's not anything you can't learn on YouTube, and that's why selling and giving away amazing advice is the model. And then if people want to work with you, they're going to pay a lot of money for coaching and consulting and access, because they want distinctions and they want application personally to them. So that's my rant on that. So hope you're amazing. Have an amazing day. Appreciate you very much. And hopefully you enjoyed this stream. Oh, wow, we got a lot of people. What's up? What's up? Who's that? Behind the scenes of greatness, stream of consciousness style is super insightful. Oh, thanks, bro. I didn't even know this was all going on. I would have been a little more engaged with my Instagram people. All right. See you guys. Have an amazing day. Appreciate you. All right. Bye-bye.